Hi, and welcome to an overview of SolidCAM 2.5D milling. As you can see, to start off with, we're going to look at face milling. I can automatically pick the face mill's bounding box, and then I can go and pick a face mill to start going and machining what I need to machine. I can pick the levels by the top of the target or the top of the stock, and then assign a depth I want to cut to. In this case, it will be 0. From here, we can then go on to the technology. In the technology, we can pick from spiral, contour, or hatch. And to start off with, we'll use a contour operation, adding fillets around the corners to stop high load on the tool. As you can see, if I simulate this, we can see the toolpath goes around twice and cuts exactly what I need. But if I wanted to change it, it's a simple click. I'm going to contour to hatch, and you can see now I'm straight in with the toolpath I need to start facing off this job. Let's continue machining this by taking a pocket out of the middle. You can see on the toolbar I'm going to pick the pocket operation, and in here it's exactly the same as the face milling operation. I can go and pick the geometry I want by picking edges, or in this case a face, and it gives me a preview of what I'm going to use. For the tool, I can go in and pick my 10mm end mill. As you can see, you can quite quickly get this just by a double click. Once this is selected, that'll give me a preview on my mouse or on the side if need be. And I can go in and set the pocket depth if needed, but this has been picked automatically, as well as the step down. You can see I can change the overlap of the tool as well, and whether I want to start from the inside or outside, and of course adding those fillets to reduce the tool load. As you can see in the background, when I've pressed calculate, it gives me the toolpath as well as the updated stock that I might want to have. As you can see from the updated stock, there's some areas of material I haven't been able to clear with the 10mm mill. So I've used an option called save and copy to copy the exact same toolpath, in which I'll change the 10mm mill to a 4mm mill, and then we can go and look at those rest areas. From there you can see it's taken all the same information that I had previously. And as I select rest material, it'll ask me to define the tool. I could pick the previous tool, or I could just add the diameter like so, as well as the previous wall offset, so it knows where to look for on this material. If I'm going and pressing save and calculate, you can see the toolpath is immediate, and we can see there with the updated stock, it's going to take out those areas. Let's move on to the profile operation from here. The profile operation is a great way to finish off the interior of this pocket. You can see I want to get the walls, so I've picked the contour that I had previously. I can then go and select the tool that I want, and again I'm going to use the 4mm end mill. I can pick the levels I desire. This time I've done this manually. And then from there I can go to the technology, set how many finishing passes I want, as well as a step down to suit. Finally, I can see that I might want to move the start point of my toolpath. In here, I can do that simply by just doing it by a shift of the %. Once that's done, I can go through and calculate the job and then check my toolpath. As you can see, once saved and calculated and simulated, the toolpath is now going around the edge of the job as we expected, and going to clear up any of the stock material that is left, leaving me the finished component inside. So as we can see, as I go and put updated stock on this material, the inside of this job is now cleared up really nice. And we're going to have a look at the last operation for today, which is drilling. With drilling, really simple. I only have to pick a face and it picks the holes for me. Then I can go and get my spot drill to start spot drilling all the holes that I want to machine. And you can see with just a double click I have my spot drill, and I can set a manual depth to how far I want that spot to be, and whether it be the cutter tip or the full diameter. You can see it'll always pick the shortest distance, and I'm just going to set it so it's not going into a pecking cycle. The toolpath's being created and that's looking great. What I can do from here as well is copy that toolpath like we did previously, and in here I can then set my tool to the 1.78mm drill to get the drill holes that I desire. Again, in here I could pick the levels, and since it's a through hole, I'm just going to select to the bottom of the target, which it'll do for me automatically with a full diameter. Again, I could go and put a G83 cycle, and in the dialog box I can check what step down I want for this particular tool. From here again, I can save and calculate the toolpath, as well as simulate it if need be. And as you can see, the updated stock is showing exactly what had happened to the part, and we could use the SolidCAM simulator to verify how the toolpath is going to go through the part, as you can see, pecking down each hole one at a time. With the end of that toolpath, that completes our look into SolidCAM 2.5D milling, and I hope you've enjoyed it.